Hi, this is Sanjay Kumar Verma from Unikaksha. So in this session, we are going to discuss how to reset the password of the root user in the Linux environment, right? Because Linux is much more popular. That means more than 70 to 80% instance is running on the Linux in the cloud. So every company is using in the Linux as a system administration, right? So many machines are running in the Linux. GCP is also using the Linux. Amazon is also using of the Linux. And Microsoft Azure is also using of the Linux. So you can't escape of the Linux. So it doesn't matter your server is running in the cloud or your server is running on physical data center. So in any case, you forget the password of the root, how to reset it. So in this session, we will learn. So friend, try to understand one task that every system administrator should be able to accomplish is resetting a lost root password. If the administrator is still logged in, either as an unprivileged user but with full sudo access or as root, this task is trivial. When the system administrator is not logged in, this task becomes slightly more involved. Several methods exist to set a new root password. A system administrator could, for example, boot the system using of the live CD DVD, right? Mount the root file system from there and edit of etc shadow file. In this section, we explore method that does not require to use the external media, right? So in this session, I will show you, I will not use any kind of external media and I will break the password, right? So when you have a RHEL 7 or RHEL 8, it is possible to have the script that run from the initmfs, pause at certain point, provide a root shell and then continue when shell exists. This is mostly meant debugging, but you can also use this method to reset to lost a password, right? So what to do? First of all, you have to reboot of your system. Then you have to interrupt the bootloader, right? And always read your screen carefully. Then you have to move the cursor to the kernel entry to boot, and where you have to press the E for edit. That means you can edit the kernel line where you will append rd.break. With that option, the system break just before the system hands control from the initmfs to the actual system. Then you have to press Ctrl+X to boot with the changes, right? So at this point, the system present as a root shell with the actual root file system on the disk. So you have to mount off your disk in a read-only mode with under sysroot, because troubleshooting often is required modification to do. So root file system, you need to change the root file system to read write, right? So we have the following steps, right? So first of all, let me start my Linux machine. Then I will show you how to perform this task. So this is my Linux machine. If I will show you cat etc os-release, right? I am using CentOS Linux. So my dear friend, you can execute the same operation on Red Hat machine, on CentOS machine, as well as Fedora machine, right? So what I'm going to do, first of all, we have to reboot our machine, right? As per the documentation, correct? My machine is going to reboot. Then I will interrupt the booting process. Yes. Now I have interrupted using of the escape button, right? So using of the up arrow key and down arrow key, you can choose the kernel line. So use the up arrow and down arrow to change, and you have to press the E. Read the screen carefully. Okay. So this is my kernel. So my dear friend, when you are going to reset of the root password, so be careful. Please here don't make any kind of change. Press end button, right? Then cursor will jump end of this line. Here you will append rd.break, correct? And then you will press the Ctrl plus X. After this, you will get the root shell. Please wait. Machine is working in the backend. Perfect. Now you can see you have a switch root shell, correct? So follow my documentation. So here you have to mount off your disk under the sysroot in the read-write mode. Perfect. Here mount -o, right? Remount RW under sysroot, correct? Then you have to use the chroot, right? Follow all the steps. So here switch into chroot ZIL, where sysroot is treated as the root of the file system tree, correct? So you have to assign the privileges for this. Then you can set the root password, chroot under sysroot. Perfect. Now you can share the password, passwd for which account? Root. Here you can assign the new password. I am going to share the new password. And you can see the message, password all authentication token updated successfully, right? You can see the message. You can read my screen carefully, correct? So when you hit the /passwd root, that means this file is automatically modified. That means this file /shadow has relabeled, right? So after this, what to do? You have to create a blank file, touch/.auto-relabel. That means this file will auto-relabel of your entire file system, right? So now see, touch/auto-relabel. Here you have to type exit. Okay. Again you have to type exit. Now see, it will take some time. It will relabel of your entire file system. So the time is depend on your file size, how much files you have in your disk, right? So you can see, so all SE Linux policy is going to relabeled, and when my machine is going to reboot, this file is automatically deleted by the operating system. So you can see the message. Relabel could be take a very long time, depend on the file system size and speed of your hard drive, right? So that's why we recommend always kept the root password secretly. Please don't share with anyone. Yes, you can see on my screen, it's going to relabeling on boot device. So friends, I have used the exit command 2 times. So what does that mean? The first exit command is come out from chroot environment. The second command is going to come out from initramfs debug shell, right? After that, it's going to relabel of entire SE Linux policy. Now you can see my machine is restarted. And I will be logging from my new password. Yes, all services are going to load. You can see I am supplying the root credentials, root, share the password. Now my machine is logging with new credentials. So this is the idea behind of this. So thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy.